What is going on, everybody? It's Randy here with Nerds Templar. This is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. It's set number 11 for the red division, starting things off as always in the red. Set 11, halfway point. After today, everybody will have at least will be at halfway. Some will be one match over. Right now, after 10, we've got Pyra and Mythra still at number 1, 7-2. Then we've got King K Rool, Donkey Kong, 7-3, both of them. We've got Simon, Byleth, both at 6-3. Then we've got Zelda and Yoshi and Dr. Mario. And Hero at 6-4. Zelda beat Dr. Mario beat Hero. Pit, Terry, and Marth are 5-4. Terry beat Marth already. Then we've got me, Brawler, and Mario at 5-5. Young Link, 4-6. Lucario, 3-6, along with Kirby. Lucario beat him. These head-to-head matchups, all important now because there's only one of them every season. Greninja, Ryu, 3-7 each. Greninja beat Ryu. And then finally Jigglypuff and Peach, 1-8, the both of them. Probably done already, but everybody else still faring well enough to maybe make the playoffs. Right now, so set 11, we've got me, Brawler, taking on Lucario, Greninja up against Marth, Ryu versus Terry, King K Rool taking on Kirby, Dr. Mario versus Jigglypuff, Donkey Kong versus Peach, Young Link up against Pyra and Mythra, Mario taking on Simon, Zelda versus Pit, and Hero against Byleth. Yoshi is on a bye. Let's begin. We'll do another round here of just their regular skins. Maybe move back to secondaries for a round or two. After this. Set, that is, a set. Of course, after this set, at the end of this, we'll be taking a brief look at the playoff picture for the red division. After every division, set 11, we'll be looking at that. After the last one, set 11 for the yellow, we'll look at the whole thing. We'll also look at the whole thing in the beginning of the next set here, set 12 for the red, which will be, again, right after everyone's done their set 11s. Get a look at where everyone is halfway through, where the buys may fall, if all were to end right there. Of course, even get maybe a league standings up and going. Check that out. Lucario had a super mushroom, got the first knockout there on the Mii Brawler. Without it though. 89 on him. Lucario 3-6. Could really use this one. Four and 6, not so bad. Still certainly in it. Again, he's had his bye already, so this is his halfway point. I believe, yeah, me Brawler 5-5 already there. Already hit 500. Good for him, but hey, falling to 5-6, not so good. Ooh, nice super-sized knockout there for him. 44 only. Me Brawler's second stock, still a good chance to come back here. Already basically did it. 30%, 34% down. They're stuck currently, which is good for me Brawler, who had a poison mushroom for most of that time. Lucario now with one as well. Back to normal for both of them. 56-38, really anyone's match. Lucario hopping around there. Ooh, get some nice attack off. A lot more evasion in this one than in many others. Really all depends on the fighters, of course. Brawler, a ranged fighter, probably not trying to get up close and personal all that often. Lucario, as we see, dodging constantly almost. Gets an easy knockout there on the Mii Brawler to bring this 58% on him. A huge lead now. 68 now after that flurry of punches from the Brawler. I'm sorry, I was thinking of Gunner. This is the Brawler. Of course he wants to be up close and personal. I like that. So I guess in that case, Lucario dodging may be to his advantage. Not being able to, not allowing Brawler to really lock him down. Almost had Brawler off there the last time. Just barely that recovery, getting him back to the stage. 101 on Lucario's second, already 73 on Brawler's last. So he may drop to 5 and 6. Lucario may be going up to 4 and 6. Only difference then being perhaps that bye and a win, of course. Lucario knocked out though. 94 on Brawler. 100. Still a shot, I suppose, with the Super Mushroom. Poison Mushroom on Lucario. They're both back to normal now. And nothing done till then on Lucario, 7% only. So, as long as he can land one clean hit, it's over. Poison Mushroom, Brawler. Oh, Lucario knocks him over it. Neither of them get it. Shot puts coming out, and none of them connecting. Not even close. Poison Mushroom does, though, for me, Brawler. Lucario's got a bunny hood. Can he... Yep. Flip over there and kick Brawler out of here. Yes. Brawler, not the best up B there. Almost the same as Mario's, really. And when you don't connect with anything, you don't go anywhere. That's an easy win. Not an easy win, I guess. An easy way to win for Lucario, however. Maybe, just maybe, going to make his way back to where he was last season. Maybe even better. He was 7 and 13 last season in the yellow, moving here to the red. 7 and 13, now 4 and 6. That's kind of like the same record. We'll see if he can continue on this trend, though. And me Brawler now down to 5 and 6. Me Brawler, in fact, has the next bye, set 12 there, so he will be. We'll see if they tie up a record during that set, I suppose. Now we've got the 3 and 7 Greninja, yet to have his bye, and Marth, 5 and 4. Did have his. This is his halfway. Greninja again has his. Not doing well at all, but a win here at making him 4 and 7 in this division. It's quite contentious. 5 and 5 is actually not even good enough to get you in coming into today, which is pretty crazy. But there's everybody basically in the division is so close. The 3 and 7s, Greninja and Ryu, have a slight chance here. I think if you pick up 8 losses at this point, you may be done. Not an easy one here against the 5 and 4 Marth, who I believe actually lost maybe last match, yeah, against Donkey Kong. So he was 5 and 3, number 8. Now he's in them, fallen down into 12th because of how close everything is in this division. Marth again from the yellow last season, also 7 and 13. Like Lucario, return knockout there from the supersized Greninja, and we're back to 0-0 2 stock. And what should be a good one, Greninja's kind of been down lately, so losing to Byleth, losing to Simon, and also losing to Pit. Did he have another one in there? That's pretty. And Pyra and Mythra, so he's had some tough ones lately. He's lost, and to Jigglypuff, man, he is on a bad run. But before that, then he was Greninja. Mr. Greninja was 3 and 2 before. Wow, falling now to 3 and 7. That is rough. He really needs to pick something up, and it could be here. It could be here, because those are a lot of tough opponents. Most of them were tough opponents. Not Jigglypuff. That was horrible. To be the one to give up the first and only win to Jigglypuff. Marth, probably, knowing that, probably doesn't want to lose this. Really still kind of close, not a ton of damage. All that talking I did, it's 77 to 42, 2 stock each right now. In favor of Marth, but not much, especially after that last hit. 77 to 50, 77 to 66, Super Mushroom on Greninja, and boom. One more hit. Marth, out of here. 77 on Greninja, 2 stock. Marth on his last. Can he make a comeback, or will Greninja make a comeback in the season? Whew. Another big mushroom for him comes flying in at Marth. Some nice damage with that super mushroom there. And almost setting Marth up here a bit. 109. He needs maybe a little more damage if he wants to keep an advantage here before losing his second stock, if that does happen. 48 on Marth. 122 on Greninja, though. He's not going to survive here much longer with that stock 2. And there it is. Super-sized Marth will take it. 56 only on him, so it's basically still neck and neck. Maybe a little far out there for him. I mean, you want to kind of maybe keep it under 50, but close enough. Poison Mushroom on Marth, not much happening. A little bit of damage. 64. Super Mushroom on Greninja, though. Marth is almost in range to launch him with that Super Mushroom. He can get a hit. Oh, that was a nice hit. 82% all of a sudden. Marth going to make it back. Greninja back to normal size. Now Marth at 93. That could be it. 24 on Greninja. That was a Poison Mushroom, I believe, that just went off the other side. Oh man, they're both going down. They're both back up. But again, Marth, can he recover? Yes, he'll be alright here again. Greninja's up B a little better. 17 to 50. Greninja's advantage. Will he do it? Will he move to 4 and 7 and still have a glimmer, a slight gleam of hope left? Or is it over for him? Super-sized Greninja slams Marth into the turf, but it's not going to do it, and neither will that flurry of water punches. 65 to 149. Set 90. Oh my goodness. That's a super-sized Marth. 3 huge hits on Greninja. He's at 108, and one more will do it. Greninja losing. Marth. A huge, immediate comeback. Just like that. Bam. Marth wins. That was insane. 6 and 4 Marth then for his halfway point. Looking pretty good in his new division here. Greninja, oh man, another tough loss, another tough opponent for him. He's got Peach next time, maybe a little help, but he already lost to the other one that's down there. Jigglypuff and Peach tied at 1 and 8 right now, so I don't know. Not great for Frog Boy. Because of course, as much as you want to do well in your matches, it doesn't really matter when it all comes down to you need to actually get the win. You need the W, or else it's all for naught. In the end, when you miss the playoffs, Greninja. 3 and 8 now. Ryu, 3 and 7, his last chance here. And it's also going to be tough against Terry. Same record as Marth, but Terry actually beat Marth, so maybe even tougher here for Ryu. Ryu, who lost to Greninja, so in fact, it's the better one who beat the better one against the worst one who lost against the other worst one. Same records as last match, if that makes any sense. Supersized Terry. Terry again looking for some wins to start back on his uptrend, because he was doing pretty well for himself until apparently recently. Bye last time, but an easy knockout there on Ryu. 42 on him right now. Supersized Ryu, though. Let's see what he can do with that. His elbows cannot connect when he's so big. Terry lost to Dr. Mario. He lost to, he beat Lucario before that, and Young Link. And then lost to Kirby the time before that, and Zelda before that. Yeah, so I guess he's kind of been up and down more than anything. Ryu, I believe, is up recently. Maybe lost his last match or 2, but other than that, he was actually winning. And maybe had a 3-win streaking, in fact, for his 3 wins. Almost. Okay, not really. It was like 3 and 2, but still. Not much chance here. 126 Terry's first stock, 85 on Ryu's last. He's also poisoned right now. Terry could get a flawless here very fast. There it is. See you later, Ryu. And that is probably it for him as well. Didn't think it would turn out like that, but there you have it. Terry, very strong showing against, you know, probably a weaker opponent, it seems. Probably the third worst in the division. It's looking like, at least. 3-8 for him, just like Greninja, but Greninja already beat him. Terry 6-4, who already beat Marth. Let's go. All right, that was 3 matches. Now we're in like our worst 3, if you can call them that. This one's very interesting, which is why it's number 4 here. King K Rool, number 2, 7-3, doing amazing. Tough to beat. Obviously, he's a giant Kremlin king, so that's understandable. Kirby, though. Oh, that's not a good way to start with the poison mushroom there. Oh, look out. Kirby was the king of the red division last season, 13-7. Also made it the farthest in the playoffs last season in the red division by defeating, he had a bye, of course, he was number 1, so he had a bye. Then he beat Rob, and then he beat Pokemon Trainer. Lost to Captain Falcon, but he was the only one in the red division in that semifinal round when he lost that to Captain Falcon. Obviously, then one of the finalists, Kirby, just barely missing the finals. 1 match from it. And now, though, all of a sudden this season, he's 3-6. He's doing, obviously, better than Greninja and Ryu by half a match, I guess. This is his halfway point. Oh, first stock down. He lasted a little bit in there, I guess, but only 60 on King K Rool right now. It's not great. Oh, what a combo right there. Oh, Kirby, what kind of move was that? That was horrible. On your own map to boot. Great job, CPU. That was level 9 CPU play there for sure. Kirby's definitely going to lose this one now. He has no chance. 100 on K Rool's first. Kirby's on his last stock. And how the mighty have fallen in this new official season 1 here. We're talking, anytime we're talking early records from last season, quote unquote. That was our promo season 0. Only had less than half the fighters, actually, if you include the DLC ones. Maybe about half if you're not including DLC. Kirby gets 1 knockout. It's not going to be enough. 63 on him. 2 stock left on K Rool. He has got a super mushroom, but he needs to do a ton of damage immediately, which is not very easy to do. Maybe with a few more super mushrooms in a row. And it's not looking like K Rool's going to give him much of a chance at that. 104 on his last. Yeah, with all these new competitors, I guess it's too much for Kirby, too much for Peach. Speaking of, number 2 in the division, same record, 13-7 last season. Peach is 1-8, so there is that as well. And Kirby's still in here, 130. Just barely made it. And K Rool, 91 on his second. I mean, wow, Kirby almost launched him, 110. He's now poisoned, though. Almost a decent launch with a poison mushroom on him, honestly. Back to normal. He's trying, but it's too late. He ruined everything with that 1 fall. With that 1 little flub, because he would have been right in this one. Right in it. He may have been winning right there if he didn't fall off. It's being silly. Being silly. That's why you're 3-7 now, Kirby, with 1 very slight chance left to make the playoffs. Very slight chance. It also helps him, though, I guess, that both the 3-7s lost in Greninja and Ryu. So they're both going to be 3-8. He's 3-7 now, but he stays pretty much where he is. Yeah, he's just going to stay where he is based on everyone else's record. Which is bad, but I don't know. I guess, again, it depends on what these lower middle guys do. 5-4s and 5-5s. There's so many of them. Terry, one of them. Again, 6-4 now, along with Marth. And now K Rool, not really one that anyone's worried about. 8-3 now. He's just kind of doing his own thing at the top there with Pyra and Mythra and Donkey Kong. Then that, of course, means it's time for those worst 2 competitors to compete. Dr. Mario is 6-4. He's not bad. He's definitely not bad. He's actually number 8 right now. And he's taking on the second to last 1-8 Jigglypuff. Will it be an easy one for him? Maybe. Maybe Jigglypuff will get a random win. You just never know, honestly. We've seen enough upsets, as I always say. There's been enough of just random people beating other random people. Last season would happen a little more often, I guess, because the Pokeballs were raining from the sky. That changed a lot of stuff. Had the potential at least to do that. That was really fun. I miss that. I miss all the fun Pokemon we got to see, making such a big difference in the matches. You know, honestly, you could keep stats of the Pokemon themselves and how they did, like Kyogre and how many knockouts he got himself, and many others, of course. Our boy Mimikyu. Oh, Jigglypuff, hello. That is the first knockout, and only like 38% on Dr. Mario's first, so it's looking great for him. I'm sure Mario himself already beat Jigglypuff, maybe. Mario himself, of course, he's assuming they're very close. They seem like they're basically identical echoes here, Mario and Dr. Mario. Other than skins, of course. Mario's 5-5, so he's just behind Dr. Mario now. One of the ones doing a little better. Doing much better than Kirby and Peach. He was one of the 13-7s. The other 13-7 was DK up there at the top, now 7-3. So he's actually, for whatever reason, faring better this season than last season. It seems, or about the same, but the only one that's still faring well out of the four of them. But he was the bottom of those four, just barely making 13-7 at the end. Tiny Jiggly, 116 on Mario's first, 99 though on Jiggly's second. Not good. It's an easy entire stock lead here for Dr. Mario if he can get this knockout quick. 104 on Jigglypuff, 2 stock each right now. And a Poison Mushroom on her, that's not going to help. There it is. And that 1 stock advantage for Dr. Mario. Last stock for Jiggly. It's going to move Dr. Mario. He's going to definitely remain in the top 8 then. Nice spot to be. He's going to remain, if he remains up there in the top 8, he's going to remain in this division next season. If you fall to 9 through 15, you're out of here. You're moving to the, in this case, you're moving to the green. May be bad. Oh, Dr. Mario. Wow, that was, what? How did he just do that? Just made like 1,000 moves down there below the stage to get back up. It must have been his second jump, maybe a dodge, and then his up B finally. $120 on Jigglypuff, 133 now. Last one. There it is. Drop kick. Drop kicking the Puff out of here. 53. Left on Mario's second stock. Easily takes that one. As we may have imagined would happen. Well, at least records being what they are. What would seem to have been the case. That one was bad enough. Dr. Mario 7-4 now. Jigglypuff 1-9. But this one might actually, however, be even worse. Our 6th match. As always, the worst of them. Only, again, here because Donkey Kong 7-3. Very good record. Tied, kind of, for second. Because him and K Rool haven't fought yet. Both of them 7-3. K Rool going up today, so Donkey Kong trying to do the same against a much... K Rool had a pretty easy one against Kirby, but Donkey Kong even easier here should be. This one, however, unlike Kirby's and the one we just saw, that was about the same with Jiggly there. It was from the yellow division. Did about the same 7-13 at the bottom of the yellow of those 7-13s. This one is an old school red matchup. And so they did actually fight twice already. Peach won the first time around, and Donkey Kong won the second one. So they are head-to-head wise. Last season, tied. So maybe Donkey Kong just not having some luck there in some of his matches with Pokeballs. Again, that could have been a lot of the difference in records. The records could have ended up a lot more wild, a lot more chance involved there last season. A lot less, I should say. Not a little, but quite a lot less. The mushrooms do a decent bit to change things, but not nearly as much as the Pokeballs did. That's what we were going for. Peach gets the first knockout here. Donkey Kong could return it quick here. 125, 139, and a Super Mushroom on Donkey Kong will do it. That Poison Mushroom, he dodges it on the ledge. That was nice. Stays big for a bit longer, but really just to take some damage. I guess that maybe mitigated some of it. It's a supersized Peach, missing the driver there. Tiny DK, same size about as Peach. That's funny. He is taking a beating right now in this two-stock bout. 87 to 18 now after he gets a couple hits. Peach with a Poison Mushroom though, and Super Mushroom for DK. Wow, that could turn things around immediately here if he can get a hit. There it is. Wow, she just turned back to regular size. Lucky for a moment, but then that big old ape flap comes in, and that's that. For that second stock of Peaches, just like that, 87 on DK takes the lead again. 87 is where he's at after Peach. I think he went on a complete streak of damage there. He hasn't taken damage since that 87. And Peach was at 0, I believe, on her second stock, 7 maybe or something like that. Now DK all of a sudden 80 on Peach's last, 100 on Donkey Kong's second. It's looking good for DK, the leader of the bunch. You know him well. Oh no, Peach is big though, and a supersized Toad counter knocks Donkey Kong out. 88 on Peach right now, turn it back to her. 20 on Donkey Kong. 20 to 99, 109. And DK obviously the bigger of the two. Ooh, Peach gets a Super Mushroom though. She needs some damage from that. It's not going to quite do it for her yet. That was some nice damage though. Exactly what she needed. 69 to 127 now though. DK back on the offensive and a Super Mushroom for him. One more hit. Definitely does it. Oh, Poison Mushroom on Peach, and that Simian ground pound. It's like the literal entire stage being hit there. So good try, Peach. Good try. Poison Mushroom definitely did you in at the end. No chance with that. But she actually did have a chance at beating Donkey Kong there and turning back to her old ways, but nope, will not happen. Donkey Kong says no. Peach is 1-9. Donkey Kong is 8-3 with K Rool. Wow, some good records there. All right, now these are the best 4 we could muster here for the red. This is a pretty good one though. Young Link is actually kind of trying to make a run for himself at 4-6 right now, as at his halfway point, 10 matches in, obviously. Not that far from 500, and he's up against the number 1, 7-2 Pyra and Mythra. It's a tough one, but look at him go. Look at the little guy go. Doing everything he can to try to beat the best. The 2 best. Pyra out right now, the heavy hitter. That fire sword. Now we got Mythra, the quicker of the 2. Maybe also more projectile heavy. I don't know. Pyra also throws her sword out there, so she got the slight but like that, and it does a ton of damage. Right now, Young Link though is in the lead. Is that a supersize somebody? No. Someone must have gone back to regular. Now Pyra's poison. Young Link hanging in there right now. 67 to 77. His advantage still, barely. Crazy though. Oh, nice attacks there. 67 to 106. He's still. Oh no. Wow though. Both of these new Toon Link, Young Link and Toon Link are slightly different. They're not quite echoes, I would say, right? So Definitely different. Young Link now where Toon Link was, but he's faring better now. He was at the bottom of this division. In fact, only a few sets ago he was 1-6, so he's 4-6 now. He's doing great. That's really unfortunate for him. I don't even know what just happened there, but he lost his first stock right after getting Pyra and Mythra out the first time, so he had an awesome advantage. Don't really know what happened on the side of the map for him there. He like launched himself the wrong direction, so he couldn't make it back. So too bad for him, but we'll see. Maybe he can rally back here as Mythra's stacking the damage on and taking the lead for her team. One of the few teams here, Banjo and Kazuya, I suppose you can call them a team. They're both always out, right? Luma and Rosalina and Luma, same for them. Got teams like Pokemon Trainer, I guess they're a team, obviously. And you have the Inklings or Bowser Jr. squad, but they only one at a time in every match. Young Link knocked out relatively quickly there. Can he get the return with the Poison Mushroom? Oh, he can't. That was so close, though, to tying it back up. It's not going to happen. 70% on Mythra with a Super Mushroom, though, on Young Link now. Wait a second. Can he get it now? 91%. Nope. Nope. Mythra returning fire there. 91 right now on their second, but 31 on Link's last. He did such a... He tried so hard. He's got another Super Mushroom. He's only at 48 right now. If he can get the knockout, he can bring it back to winnable range without needing any, you know, miracle or anything. 120 should be knockoutable without a Super Mushroom here if he can get a clean hit. 62 though on him. It's starting to stack up. But again, he did, I mean, a pretty good showing here against the top of the division, I would say. But he's got some work to do, Young Link, if he moves down to 4-7. To work his way into the playoffs here, it's going to be the hardest. Again, as it seems right now, 5-5 does not even get... 5-5 gets in. There's two of them. Mario's out. Brawler's in right now. In fact, that's kind of just arbitrary because they haven't fought yet, but eventually they will, and it would, you know, that would be the thing that would break that tie. But Young Link is going to have to get, if he's 4-7, he's going to have to rally back with a streak of 3 to get back to that 500, 7-7, and at that point, you don't have too many matches left to go. Yeah, it's taken way too long. 178 on Pyra and Mythra's second stock. A great, not necessarily comeback, pretty much a comeback for them. They came back early on and then just held this lead now to the point where they don't have to worry. Pretty much handled it. 190, basically 200% there for that knockout for Young Link. 157 on him. Pyra comes in, one easy strike to finish things up. And there you have it. Close. Young Link. Maybe hope is not lost for him. It's certainly less lost for him than it is for the ones with only 3 wins, right? So he's faring much better than everybody below him. He's probably, again, going to stay where he's at, which is number 15, which means he would, if he remains there throughout the season, move to the green next season. Probably harder than this, but blue and yellow may be easier than this. Who knows? It's very hard to tell right now. We'll be able to tell more after a few seasons, probably. 8-2 now, Pyra remaining at the top. Those top 3, Pyra, K Rool, Donkey Kong, remaining where they are. And you know they're only going to get more important from here on out. Last 3 matches. Remember, Yoshi at 6-4 is on a bye. He's top 8. He's number 7. He's probably going to stay there, or, you know, roundabouts. Mario will probably move up. Dr. Mario will move above him after his win. It all depends really on Hero. Yoshi could fall to 9th if Hero also wins. But right now, we got Mario and Simon. Simon 6-3. Mario needs the win here, 5-5. Simon needs the win to just remain, you know, in that top 8, basically. That's, again, how close things are. Coming into this, we had 7-2 Pyra, 7-3 for K Rool and Donkey Kong, 6-3 for Simon and Byleth, 6-4 for Zelda, Yoshi, Dr. Mario, and Hero, 5-4 for Pit and Terry and Marth, and 5-5 for Brawler and Mario. Guys, that's 14. The first 14 places are separated by 2.5 wins. That's the difference between the whole top 14, which is more than playoffs. 13 go, so Mario 5-5 doesn't go. It's nuts. This is why this is the toughest division, most contentious, but also the toughest to actually make it into the playoffs. Mario's lost 1 stock already to a higher record Simon. 76 on him. So Poison Mushroom on Mario at the moment. Yep, that's done now, and just grabbed a Super Mushroom right afterward. That's going to let him tie this back up. 19 on him right now. We have a huge win. Again, just bringing everybody closer. He would be 6-5. Simon would be 6-4 then. Simon doesn't want to let that happen. A nice chain whip attack there. As usual, it's just such a strong attack. Him and Richter, of course, both having that. Being Echoes, I guess they are as well. They're both new, but they are technically Echoes. Poison Mushroom now, following the Super Mushroom Mario had Poison Mushroom on Simon. Can't eat, no, and now a Super Mushroom on Mario again. He remains with this size advantage, but not a bunch of damage coming out, unfortunately for him. It's what he needed during that. Medium size for both. No, another Poison Mushroom for Simon, though. Mario take any advantage of this. This is nuts. That's 2 supers and 2 poisons back to back, basically, for him, all in his favor. And he's only got Simon at 57, 63, 70 now. 57 on his last, though. And it's about done. Simon's got an entire stock advantage. 70 plus on each of them. And that throwing axe looked like it hurt Mario. That's going to do it. Wow, Mario not good at all. 5-6. That's a 7-3 Simon. He's also then going to remain in 4th place. Man, we'll see how Byleth at 6-3 does. These top competitors are actually maybe pulling away here in this set right now and before our very eyes. And this one ought to be quite a good one. Pitt was doing really well from the Yellow Division, 8-12. Doing really well until recently. He was 5-2. He just lost 2. Go to 5-4 here. Zelda, similar. She's 6-4 right now. She was 5-2. She's now 6-4. So basically the same, except she had 1 more match played. Because, yeah, it already had a bye. This is his halfway point. Zelda, match number 11 for her. She is still, she's number 6 right now. At top of the 6-4s, beat Dr. Mario already, so, who also beat Hero, so she's definitely above them. Definitely, she was already up at the top, so arbitrarily above Yoshi right now, but that's about it. And right now we're neck and neck, 89-104 after that attack, though, by Zelda, taking a slight advantage. And a nice counter by Pitt brings it back to even, and then almost falls off the map. Almost knocked Zelda out, but not quite. Teleporting her way back to the ledge. Super important match for both of them. Of course, Pitt did not make the playoffs last season. Zelda did. Didn't get much done, though. She lost the first match against Link. Wow, 133 all. 134 now on Pitt after falling slightly off the stage, out of the map range. But yeah, wow, this is crazy. Zelda's small. Pitt was, I believe at one point Pitt was above her, yeah, because he was 4-1 in fact. So yeah, 4-1 when she was 4-2. That was actually right when things changed. She went 5-2, he went 4-2. And he is in the lead right now. Zelda knocked out first. 152 on him. Because all the top can't win, though. Pitt now, he's 10th. He's slightly still the top. Not quite, though, after his losses. Okay, he's knocked out now. Back to even. No damage done on Zelda's second. Zelda, of course, yes, she was here last season, so she wants to remain in the top. She was number 5. Right now, she's number 6. Probably take that. With all the new competitors, one rank different, you'd probably be okay with that. Donkey Kong currently is also 1 rank better. Surprisingly, again, just because of how everyone else from the top last season is doing. Sparing. Zelda's actually, again, she's 2nd best from last season. Yoshi, who was the worst to stay, is 3rd best, right behind her. Basically, again, tied with her. They have yet to go head-to-head. That should be an interesting one. Again, of course, old school red. It's just going to get better and better, guys, as we get more data, right? That's what it's all about. And the divisions swap around every season, so they kind of even themselves out. They all become good, hopefully. That's the goal, at least. And, of course, as we change every season and the mechanics of the season change, that also gives other fighters perhaps a slightly better or slightly worse chance of making playoffs. Pit knocked out first here and not doing much to Zelda, so kind of showing his old stripes. It looks like Zelda continuing her winning ways, as she is known to do ever since last season. Pit's not out of it just yet, though. He needs a whole lot of help, though. That Super Mushroom is something. Oh, man, that was insane. That was exactly what he needed. That was some crazy damage. Or crazy launch, if nothing else. Lower percent there for Zelda. 63-80 now on Pit. The Super Mushroom. Closing it out for Zelda, though. Too bad for Pit. He was actually... That was a nice play. But, hey, Super Mushroom for Super Mushroom. Zelda returns it and gets that victory. 7-4 for her. Everybody in the top has won. Everyone in the top 8 has won. Except Yoshi, who's on a bye. And Byleth, who has yet to go. Hero is number 9, who she's up against. Of course, Pit's still okay at 5-5. Terry, Marth. Terry won. Marth's still okay at 5-5. Mario, I guess, is alright at 5-6 still. But this one, the 6-3 Byleth, the last again of the top 8 to go, taking on the 6-4 Hero, who really wants to move into that spot. He's knocking on the door, and if he takes out Byleth, he will move up there. In fact, Yoshi 6-4 will. Where he'll remain there. He may move down, but we'll see with if Byleth drops to 6-4. I'm not sure if Yoshi and Byleth fought yet or not, but if they did and Yoshi won, he will remain. Nope, they did. Byleth beat Yoshi, so she'd be 8th place. Yoshi would drop to 9th for now. Not a great thing. You don't really want that go to from 7th to 9th while you're on your bye, but hey, that's what happens. Whenever those who have had their buys already finally catch up to you in record, that can happen, right? Sometimes not as safe as you may think you are when you have one extra game played. Right now, Hero doing really well, though, against Byleth. We knew it would be a close one. 2 really good competitors. Hero's actually been up above Byleth most of the season. Byleth actually just recently, this is her first set in the top 8. She really launched herself from 9 to 5th in the last set. Knocked out here. Hero and her now tied in stock, but Byleth at 64, that is 76 now. 84, nothing on Hero. Not good for Byleth. Yeah, but on a run for herself then, apparently, right? 4-2. It was 4-3, then she got 5-3, 6-3. Hero 6-4, now he was 6-3. Five and 3. win there, 5-2. And so he was up in the top 8 basically all season. Till now, this is his first time out, first time Byleth is in, and Byleth just got the stock off a hero first here all of a sudden. 113 on her, but some incredible attacks, and hero Poison Mushroom. What? Wow.
No hesitation.
And just like that, Byleth wins. That was incredible. That was insane. Hero had the lead. He had the lead, and then Byleth just knocks him out twice in a row. Just like that. No big deal. That's frightening. Byleth is now 7-3, so everybody in the top 8 just won today. That means basically everybody below them lost, but not everyone. Some of them will move up. This is going to be very interesting what we see happening in the middle of the division here after what we just saw today. Let's check it out. Wow. All right, yeah, man, what a set this one was. Basically the entire top 8 taking a win, another win now over everybody else in the division. Pretty crazy. So Lucario defeated me Brawler, that was big. Marth defeating Greninja, Terry beat Ryu, K Rool beat Kirby, Dr. Mario beat Jigglypuff, Donkey Kong beat Peach, Pyra and Mithra defeated Young Link, Simon defeated Mario, Zelda beat Pit, and Byleth beat Hero. Again, Yoshi had his bye. Where are we after all of that now? Well, first off, we have Pyra. Of course, everybody in the top 8's in the same spot. Pyra and Mithra 8-2. K Rool and Donkey Kong 8-3, both of them. Simon and Byleth are both 7-3. Zelda, Dr. Mario, both 7-4 still. Zelda beat Dr. Mario already. Yoshi and Terry, interestingly enough, now both 6-4 after Terry's win. And that is number 8 and number 9. One of them staying, one of them going on if all were to end right here. And Yoshi, and they haven't played yet, but they will, in fact, play next set, which is crazy. Then we got Hero, 6-5. Pit and Marth, 5-5. The Me Brawler and Mario are 5-6. Haven't played yet, but again, that is as it was last set. The break in the playoffs there, Brawler making it at 5-6, Mario not making it at 5-6. So again, their head-to-head there would matter. It also means that 5-6 is now what gets you in, at least could get you in, which is one match less than last time, and that's again because all of the middle of the division basically lost. So after that, we got Lucario now 4-6, making it into the number 15 spot. Young Link now 16th at 4-7. Then Kirby at 3-7. Greninja and Ryu 3-8, and finally Jigglypuff and Peach at 1-9. For the playoffs right now for these guys, it's pretty clear. I mean, we've basically been looking at it this entire time, right? So the top 3 in the division, you see their records there. The top 3 would be the ones making it, getting the buys, that is. And then from there, you have 10 other ones that make it, 13 total. That's why we say Brawler Mario, the cutoff. Number 13 gets in, number 14 does not. And that leaves, again, 10 that play in that first round. So right now, as it stands, a few of those, we had a few other, we had more that actually had matches played against each other, but now it's not quite the case. Simon and Byleth still have to play. Yoshi and Terry still have to play. Pit and Marth still have to play. That's an old school yellow matchup. It'll be fun. And of course, the Me Brawler and Mario still have to play, the ones that are at the bottom there. But as everything stands right now, as they are in the division, how we have them, which is basically just based on where they were. If they were higher up in the division and dropped down, they're still above the one that was lower and moved up. It's basically how it works if they haven't had a match against each other yet. So right now, it would be the first round or whatever, one match. We'd have Simon taking on Me Brawler. We'd have Byleth up against Marth. 7-3 Simon taking on the 5-6 Brawler. 7-3 Byleth up against the 5-5 Marth. I feel like we just saw that recently, maybe not. Then we have the 7-4 Zelda taking on the 5-5 Pit. We would have the Dr. Mario at 7-4 also taking on 6-5 Hero. And then we would have Yoshi at 6-4 up against the 6-4 Terry, and also then yeah, no matter what you would do in the playoffs, still those number 9 to 15 would be moving on, even though 9 to 13 do make the playoffs and could do better than those top ones. Interestingly enough, that's right where the break is. So the five favorites in the first round are from the top 8. The 5 underdogs from that first round of playoffs are from the 9 to 13, which are the ones that are moving on. So I don't know, kind of just an interesting thing there. And then finally, of course, those 3 buys would be Pyra and Mythra and King K Rool and Donkey Kong. Whichever order they would end up, they're both 8-3 right now. Haven't played yet, but in the 8-2, Pyra and Mythra would have a buy. It doesn't really matter if you're buy 1, 2, or 3. It only matters, of course, once you get into that next round, you'll be playing, the lower seed. The higher seed will still be playing the lower seed. The ones that win from the first 5 matches will be reordered based on their seeding, based on their record, how they are now, and they will go back up against each other. So it's not like a bracketed thing just yet. We don't move into a bracket until the final rounds, when we start into the Super 16, when all 4 divisions are mashed up together. We'll check out exactly what that will maybe look like, at least maybe look like, after set 11 for the yellow. But that's that for these guys. What we're going to see next is set 11 green, and that's going to be Little Mac taking on Mewtwo, Bowser Jr. up against Lucina, Villager versus Luigi, Toon Link versus Piranha Plant, Bayonetta up against Shulk, Diddy versus Sheik, Link versus Chrom, Me Gunner taking on Corrin, Mega Man versus Wolf, and Kazuya up against Bowser. That's going to be a good one. Dedede, the undefeated 10-0, is on a bye. Right at the halfway point. Already has half his matches. For these guys next, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be another really good one. We're starting things off with Marth up against Hero, 5-5 versus a 6-5 there, right in the middle of the division. Then we've got Pit, who's fallen fast at 5-5, taking on Young Link, who just lost another one, 4-7 now. But he still has a chance at 4-7. And we've got Lucario, who just won one to move up to 4-6, take Young Link's spot. He's up against K Rool though at 8-3. That's not going to be easy. And we got Kirby down there, probably done, maybe not just yet at 3-7, probably though. Taking on Donkey Kong, old school red division again for him. 8-3 matchup, 8-3 Donkey Kong there. Then we've got Peach, 1-9, taking on Greninja at 3-8. Interestingly enough, then the other one is Jigglypuff at 1-9, taking on Ryu at 3-8. So both the 3 and 8s are playing the 1 and 9s right now. So that's interesting. I guess that means someone's got to get a win. That's actually great for Greninja and Ryu, possibly giving them some hope again. If they can get 4 and 8, I mean, I guess maybe there's still a chance for them. And our final 4, though, we've got Byleth up at the top, 7-3 now, taking on the 5-6 Mario, who wants to get into the playoffs. Yoshi, 6-4 versus Terry at 6-4. That one is going to be amazing. That one is determining maybe the number 8 seed, at least again at the moment. Although we are again at the halfway point, we're running out of matches, as I keep saying, for these fighters to make their way up in the ranks. Simon then, in our second to last match, 7-3, is taking on Zelda at 7-4. And finally, Pyra and Mythra, 8-2, against the 7-4 Dr. Mario. Me Brawler's on a bye down there at 5-6, so he could maybe fall out of playoff contention just by Mario winning. That's all it would take. All right, but that is that, and maybe even Lucario. I don't know, Brawler and Lucario. If Lucario won against him, then that'd be another way he would lose if Lucario would win. But all right, that's that. Hope you join us for those. Let me know who you think is going to win those upcoming matches. Let me know who you think is favorited for making the playoffs. Who's your top 13 at the end of things? Who you think it's going to be at this point? Let me know. I'm super interested. I always read all the comments. I basically comment back on all of them. I will I hit the little like thing for all of them. So you know I read it. I always read them, but I basically always also comment back. I always love to know what you guys are thinking about the AI here. Check out the Shorts League. Check out all the streams we're doing nowadays. Tuesday through Saturday. We may even end up doing some Monday ones. And I'll hopefully put a schedule up again on the community tab if you want to check that out, a monthly schedule, so you kind of know when everything's supposed to be happening. Until then, though, I'm Randy with Nerds Templar, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. Peace out.